Good morning, YouTube. No Gas Nico here. Want to do a review on Nissan's Pro Pilot Assist. I'm currently on a 70-mile journey on the highway. I'm driving a 2022 Nissan Rogue. Pro Pilot Assist is offered on many, if not all, of the models that Nissan offers, including EVs, near gas vehicles. So it is an option you can get whether you're into EVs or not. So anyway, I kind of like it, but it's not perfect. I've been driving this car for about 2 weeks now, and it's a 2022 Nissan Rogue, little 1.5 liter 3-cylinder, very good on gas. It's a comfortable ride. I do like this car. I don't think it's something I would purchase personally. It's not my cup of tea. But it's a nice car. I mean, I would have no problem buying this for a family member or anybody else. It seems like a well-built car. Anyway, let's get on to the Pro Pilot Assist. So what this vehicle does is it allows you to drive, and the car will help maintain you in the center of the lane. Now, that could be nice, because what if you drop something on the floorboard? You take your hands off the wheel, you go grab it from the floorboard, you come back, the car maintains the lane, and then you put your hands back on the steering wheel. Now, this is not autopilot. Do not assume this car is going to be good 100% of the time and you can carry on a conversation and not pay attention to the road. This is not autopilot. I cannot stress that enough. In my 2 weeks of driving this car, I did test it extensively. And what I did notice, when you go around a sharp curve on the highway and you're doing 75 miles an hour, let's say, the car will not make the curve. It'll start crossing the line. And I think it's actually kind of funny, because it'll start beeping that you're exiting your lane when Pro Pilot Assist is on. So it's like, wait a minute, you're driving and then you're yelling at me for exiting the lane. I thought that was kind of funny, but just as a bit of a warning, you get one of these cars with Pro Pilot Assist, do not think you're good. Do not think that it will constantly stay in the lane. It's not that. It's an assist. It will help you maintain in the lane, which is a nice feature. I do like it. I'm coming up on a curve now. Let me put the steering wheel up. Well, you can't see it. I'll do a separate video on showing you its steering itself. But coming on it, I can feel the steering wheel making the turn for me. I don't have to make the turn. So that is nice. It does have adaptive cruise control, which I will demonstrate here in a second. So what it does is it will sense a vehicle in front of you, and then it will match its speed. You don't have to take it out of cruise. You don't have to tap the brake. You don't have to hit minus on your, lower your speed on your cruise control to manually match the speed of the vehicle. The car will match the speed for you, and if you want to go around them, you don't have to touch any pedals. Just turn your turn signal on, get in the lane when it's clear, and the car will accelerate back up to speed. It's kind of a nice feature. So watch this little video I did when I was coming up on a slow car. Okay, here we go. We got the cruise set at 75 miles an hour. You have the Pro Pilot Assist on with the adaptive cruise control. So we're coming up on a slower moving vehicle. I do have the 3 dots as far as the greatest distance. And we're gonna go ahead and come around this curve, and the car should start matching the speed. It's also taking the turn for me too, which is kind of nice. So once the car senses, see the little car on the dash there? And notice my speed is already down to almost 70 miles an hour. Now, I don't have to change anything. If I want to speed up, I turn the turn signal on, go in the other lane. Now the car sees beep there, lets me know that it's taking over steering. And now I'm back up to 75 miles an hour, and I can pass this car. So there you go. The adaptive cruise control is pretty nice, because you don't have to worry about stepping on the pedals. Now, if you're in a busy highway area, you can adjust. There's a button on the dash, there's a picture of it here, that you can adjust how close you want to ride to the car in front of you. And the car will adjust according to your settings that you have there on the dash. There are 3 green lines. You see the picture here? There are 3 green lines, and that's your setting at how close. 3 being the most distance, and as you reduce it down from 2 and 1, you get closer to that vehicle in front of you. I haven't looked up the literature to see what the green lines represent. Is it a car length? Is it a certain number of feet? I don't know. I have to do some research on that, but regardless, whatever you set it at, if you feel like you're not close enough, you can adjust it. If you feel like you're too close, you can adjust it. If you feel like you're too close and you're at the 3 setting, I don't think there's anything you can do. You're just going to have to get used to it. But it's a pretty good distance away when you do 3, as you saw in that video. So I do like the adaptive cruise control. One thing it kind of might get you if you're not paying attention and you're just cruising along. You might look down at your speedometer and be like, wait, I'm doing 55 miles an hour in a 70. Why? Well, because you stayed behind a car that was doing 55 miles an hour and the car matched the speed and you may not have noticed. So that's one thing. It might make your trips a little longer if you're not paying attention. But if you're not paying attention, I guess that's on you anyway. So now let's talk about the ProPilot Assist. Now, you could turn that feature off if you don't like it, if you feel like you want to be in full control. There is a button down here. There's a picture of it. You push the button and it turns off the ProPilot Assist. You don't have to worry about it. You can steer, drive the car like normal, and you turned off that feature. So I like that. One thing that you do have to have for ProPilot Assist to function and function properly is it has to have clear lane markers. So if you have the dotted line on the left, solid line on the right, if you're on a road that happens to be faded or missing, or there's just a curve and not a white line or yellow line drawn, the car will beep at you and not steer for you. It will tell you basically, I cannot see the road, it's on you. And you know it can see the road. Here's a picture of the screen. See those 2 green lines on the side and the green steering wheel? That is saying that the car can see the road and it is steering for you. So that is something to keep an eye on. If you're in an area where basically it cannot see the road, it's going to turn off. Now, I would imagine this is true for snow-covered roads where you cannot see the paintings on the road. ProPilot Assist is not going to work because it does have to optically see those lines. So, okay, so now I'm going to kind of demonstrate how this thing will drive for you and navigate curves for you. I will also go through the warning system, because if you do not have your hand on the steering wheel for a certain amount of time, the car will start giving you warnings, and the warnings progressively get worse. And there is a treat for you here in a second that I'm just going to show it to you because it was kind of incredible when it happened to me. So, all right, let's cut to the next video, show you how this vehicle will steer the car for you as you're navigating. All right, coming up on a little bank in the road. You can see I am in cruise control, so I am going to release my hand from the steering wheel. And the car is going to go ahead and make the turn for me. Straight now. It does like to hug the left side line, but you can tell, see it there. So you can see it does not like it when I take my hand off the steering wheel. It will start beeping at you ridiculously. And there's nobody behind me, so I'm going to show you what happens when you don't grab the steering wheel. And then we're going to make this turn, this little bank. The car does a pretty good job of driving itself. So here we go. Here's the warning. Gets progressively worse. And it brake checks me. brake checks me again. Okay, now I grab. See, the car was going to stop itself while I'm on the expressway, so there you go. So you can see, this is not autopilot. You can't take it off. You can't eat a bowl of cereal while you're driving. You have to have your hands on the wheel, which, growing up, I'm 48 years old. You always had to have your hands on the wheel anyway, because back then, cars didn't drive straight anyway, so you always had to put pressure in one direction to keep cars straight down the road. Now cars drive a lot better, and now they're starting to drive themselves, but this is not full autopilot. I know there are vehicles out there that do offer total hands-free driving. This ProPilot Assist is not one of them. I didn't know what to think about that brake check. That caught me off guard first time it happened, because I test things. I want to see how it works. Well, that thing warns me, put your hands on the steering wheel. My response is, or what? So I challenged the or what, and I found out. It did scare me the first time, because I didn't know it was a brake check. I didn't know if the car was slamming on the brakes, coming to a complete stop. I don't know. I didn't know how these things would react. So it did scare me a little bit, because I felt like I was not in control. So I went ahead and grabbed steering wheel after the first brake check, and I tested it again just to see what it do. And the brake checks get progressively worse, to eventually to the point where the car will come into a complete stop. Obviously, I then test that on the highway, did that on the side road. So it is a nice feature, I think, to brake check in case somebody is falling asleep. Let's say they worked a late shift, they were up all night, maybe they were in a hospital with a loved one for many, many hours, and then they're driving home. Putting on ProPilot Assist can help keep you in the lane, can get you home, help keep you safe when you're getting home. So there's some advantages to it, but you still have to pay attention. It will, on a hard turn, like I said, it will leave the lane. And so it's not 100%. It's not the best. It is good, but you know, if I was to give it a rating, I would say I'd give it maybe a solid B, because it does, for the most part. Like, I'm going around a curve right now, the car's taking the curve by itself. I got the warning on the dash now telling me to put my hands on the wheel, so I'm going to go ahead and do that before it starts beeping. And so the car is driving itself, and I would say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, it stays in the lane where I want it to. So it's a good feature. So that's something to consider if you're looking to buy a Nissan and it's equipped with this. If you have a choice of getting one with ProPilot Assist and one without ProPilot Assist, maybe you want to save some money and you think, maybe that's not something for you. Hopefully this will give you the good information to make an informed decision on whether or not you think this is a good option for you to have for a vehicle for yourself or for a loved one. Again, it's not bad. It does help. Like I said, if you needed to take your hands off the wheel to do something real quick, again, I'm going around another curve and the car's taking it, and I can just do what I have to do, come back, put my hands on the steering wheel, and I don't have to worry about accidentally oversteering or this and that, trying to keep the car on the road. The car does it for me. So, good feature. I think if I was to buy another new Nissan, I might upgrade, get the next model that does have ProPilot Assist, just because I'm a techie kind of guy, so I like that stuff. But it might not be your thing. You might just want to, you might not want to relinquish control, and that's fine too. Nice thing about this is you don't have to give the car control. You can actually override it and take control yourself. So maybe your spouse likes it and you don't. Well, you can turn it off and let your spouse use it. So again, you have options, and I think that's good. I think that Nissan did a good job. I do think they have some work to do to maybe better take the turns a little better, not ride. I wish they would give me an option to be able to calibrate it to where I can stay more in the center of the lane. This thing likes to ride on the left-hand side. And one thing I did notice, when there's a yellow line on my left, on the driver's side, it almost wants to cross the yellow line. It doesn't want to stay in the lane. It will want to move over. Now, is that a fault with this car, or is that a fault with the ProPilot Assist? I don't know. I've only tested this vehicle. So it'll be interesting if I get a different Nissan and kind of repeat that test and see if it does the same thing. Okay, that's all I got for the ProPilot Assist. Let me know what you think. Put your comments in. It is good. I like it. Can it be improved upon? Yes, but I think they're probably 95% of the way there to where the car would totally drive for you. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Send this to somebody that might be thinking about buying a Nissan and considering whether or not they would like this option. And like always, thanks for watching, and God bless.